Hello, Hallmark Hot Takers. Welcome to season 2 of Hallmark Hot Takes, where we review, for your viewing pleasure, all, well, this year, 28 movies for the Countdown to Christmas from the Hallmark Channel. So this is our second season. First season was last year. So we watch the movies, we take some notes, and
we rate by candy cane. Each of us getting 5 candy canes for a total of 10 candy canes.
And as the season goes on, there will be a ranking system. So the first movie that we are going to review is called You, Me, and the Christmas Trees, starring Danica McKellar of Wonder Years fame, Jay's favorite. He loves Danica. And Benjamin Ayres. I'm not exactly sure how to say his last name, but this movie is...
And who else starred in this?
And, well, I wouldn't say he starred. Jason Hervey.
Yes.
You don't know who he is, but you will know him as none other than Wayne Arnold, Kevin Arnold's older brother, who also starred with Danica McKellar in the Wonder Years. So, right. I mean, lots of fun things going on.
The blurb did say starring all 3 of them.
Right, but he was not really in it that much. So anyway, Olivia is Connecticut's resident expert on evergreens who just days before the holiday agrees to help Jack, a 4th-generation Christmas tree farmer, as a mysterious illness has befallen his trees, causing them to die out and threatening his family's 100-year-old business. So Olivia tries to get to the root of the problem and extends her stay in town as she and Jack spend more time together and romance blossoms. So,
get to the root of it.
Get it? It's cute.
It's
okay.
Tree puns.
It's tree pun. Lots of tree puns in this movie. None of them are really all that funny.
Well, see how it goes. Stay
tuned for a little more of a recap. Okay, so let's talk about this movie, You, Me, and the Christmas Trees. So, some things that I liked were the fact that there was a scene where they were drinking hard cider at 8 a.m. when they were doing some town events, and I thought that that was great, and I wanted to try it, so I liked that.
I like the cider. I like the cider place. Had a cocktail competition, or make your own cocktail, and again, judging and drinking. It was fantastic.
Judging and drinking.
It was fantastic.
And as you had pointed out during the movie, science won. Science for the win.
Science always wins.
Because Olivia is very, you know, her job is very science-based, and Jack's is very not science-based. So,
an evergreen specialist is a very advanced science
job. So, just in case.
So,
I liked Jack's mom. I thought she was great. She had a little side romance going on. The father has passed away, so I liked her. She had a couple of really funny one-liners that I thought were that actually made me laugh out loud.
Classic widow Hallmark mom.
Yeah.
And then
your dad would be proud of you no matter what, Jack. Right. Yeah, that kind of thing. Because he was like hedging about what he wanted to do, the future of the farm or whatever.
And the side romance was with like Hallmark dad guy who's in every Hallmark movie.
Classic Hallmark dad guy.
Love it. Bringing him in.
I like the fact that Olivia and Jack bonded over their love of the trees. They're both very outdoorsy people, obviously. Him being a Christmas tree farmer and her being an evergreen specialist. And it was kind of nice because you got a little bit of their backstories from both of them during the scene where they were out testing soil or something, and then they were just talking about, you know, and she was talking about how she was raised, and, you know, her family never really did Christmas the way that his family and his town does. It was always very, my mom picked a theme and then a decorator did it, and so she never really knew what Christmas could be. Right. And so it was kind of nice because they kind of bonded over that, and it was nice to get their backstory and sort of things like that. Loved Miles the cop, who caught them at the Christmas tree farm and thought that there was hanky-panky going on, even though there wasn't. Yeah.
No, they were laying in the snow. It was
very innocent.
Very innocent. It was a G-rated movie, okay?
Yeah.
G.
I like the fact that Jack stood up to the mayor when the mayor tried to go with another Christmas tree farm for the town Christmas tree, because, you know, the trees were dying, and Jack was like, hey, we provided this tree for 100 years. You need to give us a couple more days, and then the mayor backed down, which I thought was good because that needed to happen. And what did you like about this movie, Jason?
Dwayne Coulson. Dwayne Coulson was the villain in this movie. He had the rival tree farm was ready to swoop in if the Connors could not supply the tree for the city's lighting on Christmas Eve. So amazing that in the end, he poisons the Connors tree.
He does.
With, and again, gets hauled off by the police.
Because like she ends up not fixing the problem with the tree, but she makes like this tablet that makes it's like a medicine for the tree. So when you cut them down, they stay. So
Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah,
for trees.
it's like it's Alka-Seltzer for trees. So she fixes the problem so that they can have the tree and it won't die.
Right.
And then Wayne,
Dwayne,
because he was Wayne in Wonder Years. I can't help it.
No.
Yeah, you liked him though. You thought he was good.
He was great. He's a villain. He's that classic villain. But you don't see that in the Hallmark movies. That's why it was fantastic. Bitter to the end, evil to the end of the movie, and getting hauled away. He's like, "I'll get you, tree lady."
My favorite part of Dwayne was that he called her tree lady. He didn't even use Olivia's real name the whole time. He just called her tree lady.
I don't think he ever was like introduced to her. So like that's all he knew her as, tree lady.
Some of my dislikes is at the beginning of the movie when he was giving money back for trees because they were, dying. And he gives the guy the money back. And then the next person in line, he sells what he knows is a diseased tree that's going to die. And I thought that was weird. He eventually does shut the farm down, so that's good. But I thought that was
continues to sell the trees. Like he knows there's a problem. He's freaking out.
But he's
like, I need that $40.
He needs the $40, man. Yeah. So the romance threw me a little bit on this one.
It was not really there.
Well, they tried to do a lot of like witty banter, and it just didn't come off. It was really awkward between the two of them.
Do you know why?
I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Because she's a horrible actress.
Because Winnie Cooper?
Yeah.
Leave Winnie alone.
She's not a very good actress. This is why we'll never get Hallmark to sponsor this channel, because my dislike of
Winnie Cooper.
Danica.
Yeah, it happens, but it's true.
It's going to cost us a lot of money in this, on this channel.
Yes, that is exactly what it's going to be.
It is.
So they just tried, and it wasn't funny. It was more just awkward, and it got better towards the end, but
you know why it got better towards the end? Because it was the end.
That's just really not nice.
Just saying.
And, I don't know. So it was, the romance just fell a little bit flat for me. And I liked it. Like, we were talking, like, we liked the story. It was interesting.
Great story.
And
science, tree saving,
nature.
Villains. It's great.
Explosions. Oh, no, wait, there was no explosions. So all in all, what are you going to say for your candy cane rating today?
I think Dwayne is the only reason this is getting a candy cane outside of the parameters that it has to get a candy cane. So I'm going to go with 1 candy cane out of 5.
That is a ridiculous rating.
I didn't like it. You're
saying that this movie is worse than Christmas and Evergreen? Because I feel like you gave that half a candy cane.
No. It's not. It's 1 candy cane. What do you have over there? Fine. What do you have over there?
Okay, because I liked the story, and I thought the story was interesting, I just didn't think the romance was executed very well. I couldn't buy into it. Like, at the end, I'm like, I don't know that I care if these two get together or not. And I thought, like, at the end, when things go sideways, as they always do, it was sort of like, when the tree is poisoned, but they don't know it's been poisoned yet. They think that it's just dying. And, like, all of a sudden, this causes, like, them to just totally decide that this isn't going to work. Yeah. I was like, geez, you guys hit one little snag, and already you're ready to call it quits. And I know that has to happen, but it just made me think they weren't being adults about it, and I didn't really care for it. So, at the end of the day, while I like the story, I'm going to give this 3 candy canes.
3 candy canes.
Yeah.
That is incredibly generous. Incredibly generous.
I don't have a prejudice against Danica, okay?
I'm still waiting for her to wow me.
Well.
So, we're going with 4 candy canes. This one.
Yeah.
Which I think is awfully high for this. But, again, it could be, I think it's still a little bit of like, this is the first movie of the year for you. Like, I think you're so excited these are back. You're like, benefit of the doubt. Because, like, 14 in, like, no way. I'm saying you would say 2.
Well, 14 in, I'm hitting fatigue point at that. I mean, if you're not wowing me at that point. And, you know, I will admit, if later on I happen to give this a pity candy cane, I'll admit it. I've done it before. But
remember that.
I'm liking the story. And, again, it's not one of my favorites. It's not one I'm really going to ever watch again. But I'll give it props. So this one comes up with 4. And it is at the top of the Hallmark Hot Takes leaderboard right now.
Thank goodness it will only last a couple, like maybe one day, hopefully.
All
right, want to do some previews for tomorrow?
We'll preview tomorrow. All right, so the next movie on the Hallmark Hot Takes Countdown to Christmas reviews is Boyfriends of Christmas Past, starring Catherine Hannah Kim, Raymond Black, and Paul Sun-Hung Lee. So, leading up to Christmas, marketing executive Lauren is visited by the ghosts of 4 ex-boyfriends, and she has to learn to open her heart or risk losing her best friend, Nate. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Wait a minute. So, 4 ex-boyfriends, risk of losing her best friend, Nate.
I think Nate's in the friend zone.
Oh.
He's mayor of the zone, Jay.
I'm feeling a little like Christmas Carol kind of feel to this.
Maybe.
I'm excited.
Maybe.
Hope the Marleys are there. I'm excited.
I hope this one gets more than 4 candy canes.
That won't be hard.
All right, all. We'll see you.